And welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Windriders of Aria. Woo! We are back. I am Will, or Halfling Wizard, the Maestro of Chaos for this amazingly talented group of folks. And we are bringing you episode 4 tonight, which is Now What Did We Learn? After last couple of sessions, our brave adventurers learned a few lessons. Some were a little worse for wear afterwards, but we all made it through. We're going to go around real quick and let everybody introduce themselves, who they are, who they play, and what is something that your character learned last session. Let's go with Crazy Gamer Lady first this time.
Yeah, really, this time. I'm so surprised. Hey guys, I'm the Crazy Gamer Lady. You can find me on TikTok under @CrazyGamerLady. You can also find me on twitch.adhadventures every other Saturday for Unlicensed Magic War Crimes, where I play with Halfling Wizard over here. And today I am playing Elena Verdant, the Wodel, who is, well, very intrigued because she did not expect gym class to include combat, especially with weaponry.
That is fair. I love it. Gym class.
Gym class, PE,
whatever
you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it.
Combat education.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go with Riku this time.
Hello, I'm Riku. I play Kadik, the one that got pretty beat down last session. But yeah, biggest thing that I've learned is that I'm not good at combat yet. So more so that there's a lot more options with combat than we originally came to think. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Excellent. All right. Let's go to Old Worm Slayer.
Hey everybody, this is Old Worm Slayer. I will be playing Geth El Freddy. And I learned that sometimes cheap tactics don't work to depend on, but they can be useful in a bind. Especially when you're getting even for a cheap shot.
That's fair. All right. Cool. Let's go with Lisa.
Hey everybody, I'm Lisa, D&D Winterwolf on TikTok and Discord. I play Katarina Zephyrian. I learned that I need to practice with sticks because the sticks took me out every dang time.
Well, lucky shot with sticks.
That's very fair. That's very fair. You did get kind of whooped with sticks.
Yep. More than once.
That is true. That is very, very true. Very true. Hi,
Bentley.
All right, Cal.
Hey guys, I'm Cal, also known as the Custom Maverick King, playing A.R. Jin. As for, A's probably learned a few things from. The biggest one is I learned to let go of it because, like, when he was fighting Carrick, he actually was just letting go, and then he wasn't being his normal self during that fight. Especially like as the fight dragged on, and Eric and him were essentially just going like, "Hey, here, nope, I'm dodging it," and just the whole Matrix, John Wick, Night Fight, whatever you want to call it. I think I learned to just loosen up a little bit. You're muted, Will.
Sorry, I have a lot of noise going on here. I got dogs going crazy. So anyway, yeah. So, and again, I am Will or Halfling Wizard. Again, the Meister of Chaos here. And while we're here, let me talk about our giveaway that we'll be doing. We'll actually be starting it tonight for these. I don't know if you can see them that well, but they're victory dice. These are awesome. They are the Icewind series game dice. They are pretty cool. They are wireless charging. You can like charge them. They light up when you roll them. They're pretty neat. But we have a set that we're going to give away. One here at Windriders and the other over at Origins. And I think I set it up right. So all you have to do is type in victory in the chat and it will collect your name. We'll pull all your names into a sort of randomizer, and then we'll pick a winner. And we'll pick it live here on stream, probably a few weeks out. We want to get enough names in the pot to kind of get enough to do a random draw. But yeah, they're pretty awesome. I have a set, not this particular brand, but another brand, and they are super cool. They're super cool. So, all right. So, when last we were here, our brave adventurers went to gym class, where they found out that it was more than calisthenics going on, as their cohort actually had to learn. They had to fight each other. It was player versus player, or player PC versus PC rather. And it was in 3 phases. First one was just basic hand-to-hand combat. Then we kind of shifted it up a little bit. And then we started taking some damage. And then in the third and final round, weapons were introduced. And they actually like took each other out. Until we got to the very end where Garth ended up winning that sort of lesson. Then you were all awarded rank points based on how you performed and that sort of thing. So, and for those of you who don't know what rank points are basically eventually, once they finish school, whoever has the highest amount of points gets the highest rank. So basically becomes the leader of the group. And then it's sort of a hierarchy after that. Because Bossons are very much about structure and hierarchy, and so that's part of this whole thing. So after said lesson...
Oh, wait, I might end up being in charge if I keep beating it ahead?
Yep. Yep, you certainly could.
I feel sorry for everybody else.
So after your lesson, they brought you back to your dormitory, where they have gathered you all in sort of the common room. And Professor Mercutio enters the room. And everyone is still recouping from the beatings that many of them took in their lesson. And so Professor Mercutio, he walks into the room. And this time he has someone else with him. He has this sort of like pleasant looking gentleman. Sort of a round, plumpish gentleman who seems very rosy-cheeked and smiles a lot. He looks very happy.
Is it Santa?
No, it is not Santa. No white beard. Though he does have a lovely handlebar mustache. He comes into the room with Professor Mercutio. Mercutio addresses the room and he's like, "Students, well done today. Many of you understand now what you may be encountering once you leave this school. And what better way to learn these things but with each other. In these exercises moving forward, as you combat one another or you engage one another, this is to build trust, because you must have trust in order to work together. So today, now we must sit and we must discuss what we have learned. What you took from this lesson. What did you learn from it? And he'll just sort of like pull the roll out and he'll start calling names and people will start talking. And eventually he calls, excuse me, let me get my dice out real quick. He calls on Elena.
Sometimes the simplest attacks do the most damage.
Very good. Moments hit hard. And he'll say, indeed. And he says, you don't always have to hit hard to hit well. Sometimes strategy works more than brawn. So well done. Let's see, whom else? He flips through his pages. And he says, and he looks at Carrick. And he has that look of, you did your best, son. So, Carrick, what did you learn from this lesson?
As he sits there, kind of still rubbing the bruises and cuts on him, Kata kind of goes, I guess parrying and defense can only go so far in combat.
And oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like I did my best to block everything, but without a good offense, and he kind of just shows the bruises on his arms, and he's like, yeah.
Professor Mercutio will say that combat is not all brawn and strategy. Sometimes, young one, it is heart. Heart is very important. If you do not have the strength of heart, then you cannot achieve that idea of combat against an enemy unless you can sympathize with that enemy as well as combat that enemy. And he'd say, well done, well done. And then he'll flip over and he'll say, Katerina, what did you learn in this lesson?
She looks very uncomfortable speaking to the group, by the way. She said, I learned, and I don't mean this the way it's going to sound. I don't know how else to express it, but I learned that not everyone is going to fight honorably.
I wonder who she's talking about. So nice. So he'll say, indeed, you are correct. Sometimes the less honorable way tends to override the honorable. And not necessarily are either of them wrong. Depending on the situation in which you find yourself, it is very possible that you may have to approach combat from a much different angle. Because you also must understand that combat is not always by the book. Fighting is often the opposite. But well done. Well done. And he sort of like flips through and he comes to the next page and you see him sort of stop for a moment. And he goes, "Oh, I guess we should hear from A."
I saw that coming when you said the pause.
Hey, what did you learn from this lesson?
So A just was kind of just had like his head down, like he was still listening, but still hurting just because he did get that shot to the nards by Gath.
True.
Which I was hoping to get voice mods so I could raise my voice a bit, but I couldn't find the right one. Anyway.
All I do is just talk with a squeaky voice like this.
I am barrel chested and baritone bass.
Yeah.
Going that high is a pain.
That's fair.
Unless I have the song in the background that goes that high. Anyway, regardless. But he just kind of goes up and lets him in. It's like, well, as I already knew, all's fair in love and war, and there's no such thing as a fair fight. As he kind of winces a little bit, evident by the last bout.
And he looks at you and he says, "You did well. You held your own fairly well."
Yeah,
But
there's always a but.
he says that being the strongest in the room is not always the best. Being first in line isn't always best. Sometimes one must stand at the back in order to achieve greatness.
Hearing that, just to be the smart ass that A normally is, like, that sounds more like a lesson for Kotar there.
Do you feel that you cannot learn from this lesson, A?
I'm having too much fun doing this. And still wincing a bit, is going, I just said it was more so fitting for him. I didn't say it wasn't all applicable to me.
You must be very careful to understand the difference between confidence and arrogance. I sense goodness and greatness in you. However, it is also sprinkled with a little bit too much arrogance and tends to be a little bitter in everyone's mouths.
Oh, yeah, well, blame that on all the tannic root they gave me on the ride here.
Ah, tannic root. Tannic root is good for you, sir. And he looks over at one of the house mistresses and says, "Tannic root on the menu tonight."
You're just gonna, as soon as Mercutio says that, A is just gonna just well, first off, we were in the common room doing this. Were we all like sitting, standing? Like,
It's various. People are sitting, some sitting, some standing.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll say A was probably sitting on the floor, the couch. I'll probably say floor because it'll be easier for this. And he's literally just going to lay back as he hears that. And just,
An extra helping for A.
And A just continuing to shake his head.
So, students, as you move forward in your lessons, you will learn to trust one another. You must work as a team. You must there can be no distrust amongst you. It may come to a point where your very lives may depend on that trust. So, with that lesson being learned, we move on to our next. In all situations, there is an element of society. You must know how to socialize with others. You must learn to network with others. You must learn to gather information from others through social networking. So, first thing in the morning, you will begin your next lesson, which is a night out on the town. So at this point, he'll introduce Professor Carnus, which is the lovely, plumpy little man. And he's like, very much, hello, everyone. I am Professor Carnus, your social director. I am in charge of your social initiation. We are going to have a lovely time together, all of us. And he's just happy all the time. It doesn't seem like anything phases him. He's just smiling and just talking about how amazing it's going to be. And you're going to meet so many people, and you're going to have so many interactions with other people you've never met before. He's just going and going, gushing. And he obviously loves what he does. He's very
sick.
He is very outgoing, very much like he's coming to everybody and just sort of like as if he already knows you, like your best friends. And he's like already calling you by your names. And he's gonna go around. He's gonna go, "Ooh, A, tell me about your social interactions back at home. What do you do for fun?"
What I did for fun is the reason I'm here now.
Ooh, what could that be?
Scientific experiments.
Oh, science is fun. I like science. What else do you like to do?
A just kind of just like buns out this point because like just the amount of energy that what was the professor's name again?
Carnus. Karnis.
Yeah, because just the amount of energy that Carnus giving off and just making A go like, okay, this guy seems a little too friendly.
Friendly's my middle name. I think the hug is in order here. And he like just comes at you. Wide armed.
Hold on. So who is the closest to me of the four of you, by the way?
Everybody, roll me a d4.
Oh, this is gonna be funny.
And I'm gonna roll. I'll roll for you.
Yeah.
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get this to cooperate on my phone. Okay, that's not going to work.
What we got? So Karika 2 went. Okay, cool. Katarina a 4.
I'm working on it.
You're good.
Yeah.
Elena, what did you get?
I
don't want to people. I'm sorry. What'd you get, Gareth?
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, okay.
I had gotten a 4.
Oh, a 4.
4 and a 2. And plus whatever you rolled for me.
All right. So you have a choice between either Katerina, Elena, or Gath. Carrick is like on the other side of the little grouping.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for Gath. Just kind of like this would be almost like payback for the cheap shot.
Uh,
So I'm gonna try and grab Gath and move him in front of me to take the hug.
okay. I love that. I love that a lot.
Sorry, Sanguine.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, sorry, not
Pretty
sorry.
much.
So, okay, let's do a cultural roll. Let's see if you can
Oh,
get.
okay.
Let's see if it fits into the cultural norm here. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
We'll do a challenge. See who rolls what.
That is a 2.
Okay. And let's see. We'll have
I don't have because
Gath will roll his cultural.
Yeah, if only it was survival, then it could have been a D6.
Yeah, no.
Just because I got my
survival.
long ears still.
It's not a survival situation. It's like,
I mean, for A, it might be.
well, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh no, I'm still cool with cultural. By the way, this is gonna be funny, whatever the outcome. Though to be honest, I was kind of hoping that Chris, you were going to be closer, just to add more to the whole rivalry.
Sadly, Carrick rolled a 2.
Yeah.
The rolls continue.
Yeah.
All right.
Still waiting on Gat's roll.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking.
You're good. I figured when you were doing the up part.
Yeah, I was like,
There it goes.
oh,
it's
a
a tie.
2. Y'all tied. So you try to pull Gath in between, but it doesn't work. You just can't. You guys are just like struggling against each other, and he's still coming in. He's like, ah. So now you have 2 other people.
All right. I'm just gonna roll a D4 myself real quick. Oh. Where'd my D4? There's. So I'm gonna do odds, Lisa, evens, Nicole.
Evens, Nicole.
Alana. Now you're getting yeeted in front of the professor. Hopefully.
So now you can roll a cultural roll to see if you allow this to happen.
I rolled a 2 again. That's 3 2s in a row. What the hell?
I don't know. That's a lot of 2s.
I mean, it's a D4, so it's bad on average.
Yeah, that's true. So, Alana, if you'll roll your cultural roll, and let's see what happens. No. She's like, Matrix underneath that, like, nope. It's not me. So you only have one other option. Would you like to try again?
Oh, yeah. Third time's a charm.
All right. So you guys roll your cultural rolls for me.
That was a 3 that time. Hey.
And 2. All right. So you're able to get her into the between you and Professor Carnus as he just comes in and doesn't even see it and just wraps his arms and just like back and like, oh, this is so great.
I just realized this is probably a better pick on like A about getting hugs.
No, he's just like holding on to you too, and it's like, like you're like so stiff. It's like, oh God, what's happening? And he's just like, oh, we're gonna be best friends. And he stops and he looks. He goes, wait a minute, you're not A, but that's okay. I'm gonna be your friend too. And he just like hugs you again.
Sorry, Lisa.
No,
Anybody else getting Five Nights at Freddy's
We're trying to avoid the.
Yes, indeed. No.
All my brain is thinking is personal space, personal space.
After all, hugging people is part of socializing.
I'll say, Lisa. Think of this as A's payback for round 1.
Nice. So Professor Carnus is like, well, I'm so excited to be able to introduce you to the city. It's going to be great. So make sure you get a good night's sleep. And he like says, I'll see you in the morning. And he exits the room. Professor Mercutio, and it's funny when you see Professor Mercutio kind of off to the side when Professor Carnus is kind of doing this thing, and Mercutio has that cocked eyebrow, like, good lord. He's like,
Well, here it is. He probably doesn't blame me for
Something
what I did.
he gives me
All
a
I'm
headache.
seeing is the anime sweat drop behind his head.
Exactly. He's just like, if he wasn't necessary. So, Professor
Long
Mercutio
day
will
for
say, go ahead. What was that?
I was just muttering myself. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't like bypass something. So Professor Mercutio says that you are now excused to your rooms to freshen up for dinner. And so everyone starts to sort of break up and move up to the upstairs to the dormitories, to the actual rooms. So what do you guys do once he's like excused you? What do you do?
Oh, I am booking it for my room.
Okay.
I can't get away from this fast enough.
That's fair. Okay, so up you go to your room. What about Carrick? What do you do?
Kadek was probably just sitting back watching all this unfold and laughing. And just enjoying it. But he's also going to not necessarily book it like Katarina did, but is going to make his way up to the room to kind of freshen up, redress some wounds, and yeah, just get ready for dinner. Nothing too exciting.
Okay. What about Gath? What are you doing?
Well, first, Gath will shrug about, I guess the professor didn't need to hear what I learned. And then we'll...
Oh, that's right. He did not ask you, did he?
No, he did not.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he'll ask you at dinner. Or maybe he's got something else planned for you.
Who knows?
Or maybe he didn't think you need to learn anything because you won.
Don't worry. I got things planned.
And
That's
then
okay.
he's going to go get cleaned up, and he'll make sure to take the extra time to clean off any of the blood that might be on him.
That's fair. Yes, you will all find like fresh uniforms like you had in your wardrobe. So you can if you have uniforms that are torn, you can put those in the hamper and they'll be taken and repaired and that sort of thing. But unless they're just beyond repair, but then they'll be incinerated. So, okay. Elena, what do you do?
Elena is going to kind of look at her uniform sadly, and she's just going to be like, well, this is certainly not suitable for anything anymore. I suppose I'd better... And she mumbles to herself about how to handle all the fabric. Because, she just want to have her clothes incinerated. She wants to fix them. So she starts muttering to herself about how to clean out the blood, what type of thread she needs to sew everything up. But she's gonna head over to her room.
Okay. What about A?
Well, A's gonna try and get him as best he can because again, it's still hurting, and yeah, he's probably just gonna go up and just soak in the shower. because especially with since there was a lot of training blows between him and Carrick, he's probably bruised up pretty well along his arms, torso, legs, anywhere that actually took the hit as he blocked or took a hit. So he's kind of just stand there and just soak.
Okay. Okay. So when you all get back to your rooms, you will find that there are what look like little kits sitting on your bed. And in those kits, you find like various ointments and salves, things of that nature that they've brought to you to help you sort of clean yourself up wounds wise. Some salves to help healing, that sort of thing. So you all kind of take your time. You have time before dinner, so you don't have to rush. So you're able to clean yourselves up. So we're going to say you have like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. What do you guys do in that time? This is after you've already sort of gotten, you've bathed and redressed and put salves and stuff on your boo-boos. That sort of thing.
Hey, boo-boo, how about a picnic basket?
Yeah. So what do y'all do? What's going through their heads at this point?
Yeah, I think A is actually going to try and go find Carrick just because of again how their fight went.
No, well, Carrick's room's right across from yours, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, surprised to go over and knock, see if he's even still in the room or if he's gone down, or if not, then go down to the common room.
Are you still in your room, Carrick?
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm still in my room. Probably just as I'm continuing to get dressed and such. So
okay. So you go across the hall and knock on the door.
Yeah, just simple knock.
Okay, cool. So, Carrick, you're kind of getting yourself together, and you hear a knock at the door.
So Carrick is gonna go ahead and is gonna just open it up slightly because he's still getting dressed and such, and just to see who it is. And he's gonna just poke his head out to see A there and be like, need help with anything?
I love it. Can I help you?
Yeah, it was actually we have a few words, but if you're busy, it could be later.
Let me finish putting pants on, and I'll be right back. And he's gonna close the door. Go ahead, put pants on, finish getting dressed, and then open the door fully. Be like, come on in.
Yeah, I'll enter.
So, what's on your mind?
Mainly want to talk about that fight we had.
The fight that you and I had, not the fight that I had with everyone else, right?
Yeah, don't worry, the one-on-one.
The one I won.
No, one-on-one.
Oh, the one-on-one. I was like, one you won. What are you talking
I
about?
also heard the one I won.
Yeah, no, okay, fine. The 1v1. Is that better?
Just saying, my hearing ain't
I
what
know,
it
you're
used to
good.
be.
You're good.
I know.
I talk fast and word slur and mumble. You're good.
Yeah, he's
Well, sober up.
he's gonna go, oh yeah, that was a pretty good fight. I just wish we actually had a chance to finish it. I think I might have been able to take you if it was just you in the ring.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I would have came on top at the end.
We'll have to probably have a round 2 at some point.
Fair.
Yeah.
But regardless, at least want to say you did put up a good fight. To be honest, I thought you were going to be down in probably the first hit.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Ow.
I mean, after my first fight with KOTOR, I really thought I didn't really have a chance, and then maybe it's just picking on somebody my own size or something like that.
Maybe.
We were just a good match.
Yeah, maybe. But like I said, Menace wants to say again, you did good. And then he's going to turn and just walk out.
Hey, you did good too. It was fun.
Yeah, hearing that, like, A's going to stop, turn, just give a little smirk as he walks out.
That one's a weird one.
Because he's still trying to be he's still trying to be a hard ass.
Also, that one's a weird one.
That one's a weird one. Oh well.
All right.
he's just like good conversation. I'm gonna finish getting dressed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish getting ready.
It's like, that was a weird interaction, but okay. It's like, okay, well, not really sure what that was about, but all right. I love how he just like came into your room basically and insulted you.
Yes, this social experiment's going to be fun. I can tell.
Oh yeah, everyone's gonna do so well.
Except for
We're
Abe.
all
Oh my
great at
God.
peopling.
Oh my God, that was
Well, I
so
mean-
funny.
Of everyone here so far, I think Carrick will probably be the best at socializing.
That's possible.
Just based on intercharacter conversation so far.
I mean, Elena tries. She just doesn't
I
work.
think Elena does well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, honestly, especially if the topic's about fabric. Or if she can bring it around a fabric. She's just like, she can be like, yeah, I can talk all day about this.
But
Stick
the
to what you know,
keyword
damn it.
there is Elena tries.
Fair.
Hmm.
So, okay, speaking of Elena, you've had about 30, 45 minutes. What are you doing?
She is now. She's come down to the common room now that she's figured out, how long it's going to take her to finish mending that shirt. She's not going to put it in the bin or anything. It is now her project to mend those clothes.
Cool. Yeah.
But she is going to take a break, go to the common room, and just start reading up. She's found one of the other history of fabrics books, and
There you go.
she's going
Yeah.
right for it.
Perfect. Okay. So you're going to sit in the common room and read till dinner?
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Or until interrupted.
Fair enough. All right. What about Gath? What is Gath Afridi doing? What's he up to?
He's going to look for Katerina after he finishes getting ready.
Okay. So you're going to go out in the hall or down to the common room?
I'm going to try her room first.
Okay. Okay, so you go to her room, which is just down, it's like 2 doors down the hall. And you knock.
Yes.
So, Katerina, you're in your room
Mm-hmm.
and you hear a knock at the door.
And I'm literally just sitting on the side of the bed, like waiting. So I will say, come in.
I'll enter when she says so. Hey, Katerina.
I'm like, you're not gonna hug me, are you?
No, I do, believe in consent on stuff like that.
That's good.
I wanted to say good job on the last fight. You did well despite the circumstances.
It's those sticks. I gotta learn to fight with sticks.
Well, I'll be honest. I think in the end, I was just lucky.
No, you did well. You did very well. Be proud of it.
Oh, I am proud, but I'm trying to be a good sport about it.
Thank you. Well,
Besides, I could tell, like, after our first engagement that you took it kind of hard, and I was just wanted to make sure that
Aw.
you know that you did well, and you should be proud of how well you performed.
I could do better, but thank you.
Hey,
So
at least you weren't a poor
I'll
sport like Abe was.
see you at dinner.
Yep,
Yes.
I'll see you down there.
Okay. Good talk.
Good talk.
All right.
And
So
I'll
you
leave.
you'll head downstairs.
Yes, and I'll make sure to close the door behind me.
That was kind of sweet, actually.
Okay, cool. Katerina, so yeah, Gath leaves. What do you do?
I'm just literally sitting on the side of the bed, waiting for dinner time.
Okay. So time passes. Elena, you're down reading. Eventually, more people kind of join you in the common room, and they're kind of like waiting for the dinner, like dinner time, the dinner bell to ring, basically. Some folks sit down at a table and start playing, games and or just talking about the day, kind of talking about what could possibly be in store for everyone tomorrow. Eventually, everyone will hear the dinner gong. Basically, will go off and calling everyone to dinner. The doors will open, and the dining hall is there and set and ready to go. And you all go in.
Yes.
You find your seats. You sit down. Professor Mercutio comes in, takes his place at the head of the table, indicates for everyone to sit. Everyone sits, and he just goes about, thanking everyone, thanking the day, that everyone had a good day. But one of you had a splendid day. At which point he will recognize Gathofrady.
I will clap for him.
And he will actually present you with a chalice for your performance in the lesson. And of course, coming out on top. And he will present that to you. And he said, these chalices are earned when a student goes above and beyond and accomplishing his lessons as a true leader. And so he offers this to you, and it's it's a good sized chalice. It's sort of it's made out of like a brassy type material, but it has your name engraved on it, and the combat lesson, and the date in which it was earned, and yeah, so you get that prize. What do you do? Get this chalice?
Well, he will take it gracefully. I humbly accept this, but I think it's safe to say without teamwork, from my fellow classmates, I don't think I would have been able to come out on top. Everybody else deserves this just as much as I do, as far as I'm concerned.
Well said. Well said, my good man. Well said. Now, and he'll allow you to take your seat again.
Yeah,
And he'll
I'll
call
return to
forth.
my seat.
And he'll call forth the banquet, and they'll bring out the food. And the food this time is very like rich foods. There is tannic root. It's a savory tannic root. Sort of like, and there's various meats and cheeses and tannic roots and various other vegetables and things. I mean, it's a very hearty meal. They kind of place it out on the front of the table, and then they allow you all to eat. They come around with the beverages, pouring the drinks, and this is an unusually different dinner because there's music. Suddenly, you hear music begin to play, and this is sort of a little more. It's a little more formal than normal. And Professor Mercutio just sits there and just sort of eating his food. And people begin to talk. So what do you guys talk about at dinner? Like, what dinner conversation? What does that look like amongst these guys? That's something for Elena, though. You will notice also that you have these really nice, like, cloth napkins. Like, super nice, like, really good quality.
I was gonna say,
And for that, Elena is just looking at the napkins now.
What is the thread count on these?
I would say, well, actually, real quick, just for Alana though, what color are the napkins for her?
Oh, the napkins they're standard. They're like a cream color. They're just regular.
Oh,
They're not fancy. Like, they're not patterned or anything.
nah, I was doing a bit. I said like the family color is green.
Yeah, no. These aren't green. They're just a regular sort of. They're not, like, say, regular. They are not like a bleached color.
Yeah.
They are sort of like almost like tea stain color.
Okay. No, but A is just kind of sitting there, like, essentially picking aside all the tannic root to actually get to his meal.
So out of nowhere, Kat's just gonna say, "So, what is considered fun for you?"
That's funny.
Well, I already answered that with, Professor, I don't want to. What do I want to call him?
Carnus.
Carnus. What do I want to call him?
Carnus.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a name I want to call him besides his actual name. Besides,
Professor
Professor. I was going to say, Happy Go Lucky. Yeah. Professor Happy Go Lucky there, or Professor Mary is probably a better way of saying, because how happy he is. I already told him, for me, it was just doing experiments.
Well, what type of experiments do you do?
The kind that got me here.
You keep saying that.
How is that fun?
It's hard to describe why the experience I did were fun until I actually do one again, which again probably won't happen unless I can somehow get to one of the labs here. Then maybe.
Why do I have a feeling that would be a bad idea?
Just from past experiences, I get the feeling it won't be a great idea to give him access.
Uh,
So, Mr. Carrick, what
Mr.
is
Carrick.
fun for you?
Oh, I I really enjoy trying to figure out how the best way to describe this in words that would make sense in this scenario. I tend to enjoy more acrobatics. So I enjoy like back home I would be jumping from ship to ship, running around. I like to be that kind of I like to be athletic. So in a way it's just enjoying life and enjoying the freedom of just running around and exploring and just having fun with it. Just having fun with everything I do. It's the joy that comes in it, not necessarily the activity itself.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Cool.
That's just, I mean, sure, I can go a little overboard and end up annoying a few people with how out there I could potentially be, but yeah, I enjoy it.
Cool.
Well, what do you do for fun, Katerina?
What's fun? What is that?
Yeah, basically, a job well done, I guess.
Well, what do you do to de-stress? You know, relax.
Sometimes when I have a day off, like once a month, I'll go outside the city and even though I'm not supposed to, I'll fly.
You can fly?
Oh my God, she has 6-foot wings. I mean,
Elena doesn't notice.
okay.
Elena has also never really seen people who can fly. They don't come around very often. She stays away from the tourist areas.
So hearing the 1 day a month off bit, A kind of like chokes on his food a little bit, like wrong windpipe bit. But then when he hears Alana go like, "You could fly," again, knowing as Lisa said about Katerina having 6-foot wingspan, just spit take.
Elena is observant of fabrics, not much else.
I've never thought of it as fun, but it does give me joy. Yeah. What do you do? What is fun for you?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I always find looking at new fabrics are always so much fun, and looking at the new colors that I see. When I got up into the sky on that that flying ship, the color of the sky was such a pretty blue. Oh, I really hope that I could at least find some way to show that color to the Azurians back home, because maybe we can actually work with them this time on getting that color. Oh, I hope it's easy to recreate.
Mr. Dapp?
Well, most of the time I'm too busy to have fun per se, because work. And a lot of my free time was spent getting ready to prove myself worthy of coming here. Because it was a family's dream. And so far, it seems like the hard work is paying off.
And that is fun for you?
I didn't really have the luxury for time for fun.
I can understand.
Let's see.
That's funny. Okay. So everyone's eating and sort of, generic conversation. You guys will get through dinner pretty easily without too many awkward social moments. Just a couple here and there, but nothing too major. So once dinner is done, Professor Mercutio will stand, and he'll look at the clock on the wall above the fireplace, and he'll say, "Lights out in 1 hour. Enjoy your evening, and we will see you first thing in the morning." And he will then excuse himself and sort of disappear out of the room. The staff comes out and collects, plates and things of that nature, as you all can get up, and you have an hour to kill before you have to go to bed. So what do you guys do for a whole hour?
So at this point with our, again, do we still have to stay within the cohort, or can we wander if we want to?
No, you got to stay with the cohort.
Okay, I didn't know if this was one of those times where we could split. Dang it!
Nope.
I mean, maybe. If
You could
Yeah.
split, but I
ain't risking it.
You might get caught.
Will, you know my roles. That's not might. I will.
Fair. You will get caught. So what do you guys do? And now we can just, this is what I did in an hour. I did this, that, and the other. We don't have to this is not necessarily an RP thing, or unless you want to, which I'm totally cool for. But this is just I just want. What would your characters be doing in an hour before bed, before you have to actually report to your rooms?
Elena's going to go to the common room and get back to sewing.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. So Elena goes back to this common room to sew.
I think A is going to try and find books on science again, since he failed the first time.
We're going to say that you're able to find books on science this time.
Okay.
I won't make you read about tannic root anymore.
I am going to look in the books and see if there's anything about Perry's, since I know nothing about them.
Okay. As you look through the books, you will find lots of historical books. You won't find a book specifically on Perry's. Like, let me think. Let's see. Roll me a luck. Let me see how lucky you are. Let's see if you're lucky enough to find something on Perry's.
3.
3. So as you are looking through the books, you do come across a book that looks promising. And it is a book on basically like species of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And you think, I wonder, could this possibly be a book where I might find something about Perry's? So you pick it up off the shelf, and it's a pretty big book. So it's very promising. So as you're sort of looking through this book, you do see that there is, as you look through the table of contents, you do see a listing of the different races on Aria, the races of Aria.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're going down, you're like, you see right there, you see Perry, and it gives you a page number.
I'm excited. So I will take this book and go find a window seat.
Okay. There are plenty of seats around.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. What about the rest of you guys? Like A dropped out. He'll be back, I'm sure. Like
His internet crapped out on him.
Yeah. Carrick, what about Carrick? What is he going to do for a whole hour?
What is he going to do for a whole hour? I think. Can you come back to me? I'm still thinking.
Sure can. That's fine. No pressure. So, Gath, what are you going to do for an hour?
He's gonna sit in his room and meditate
Okay.
on the today's lessons.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, as you're all sort of like filling the hour out, reading or sewing, meditating, what's Carrick? What is he doing? What is he up to? Since we're back to you now.
Yeah. I think he at this point is probably lying down, just thinking over the past day, everything that has happened, replaying the events in his head from the fight to dinner to things like that. And his mind kind of wanders back to the question he got asked about what does he like to do for fun, and he begins kind of daydreaming back at home of everything that he told that he does, of him running around, jumping from boat to boat, chasing, whether it is having fun with chasing animals, to friends, to whatnot. And I don't know, kind of feeling a little homesick at this point. This is probably more civilization than he's ever been in, and he does kind of miss that kind of freedom that he usually has back home. But he does, and in no way does he like regret coming or feels like he doesn't belong or anything. It's just he hopes to still have that kind of freedom through what he's going out here. So
Okay.
yeah, it's just a lot of thinking and kind of lingering on that question of fun and hoping that it comes to it. He does get to have some more fun.
Okay, cool. Okay, and eventually we'll get back to it when Egg is able to get back on with us. But we'll go ahead and so your hour kind of goes, and you'll hear the curfew bell ring, meaning it's time for bed. You see everyone just sort of starts putting their things away, whatever they were doing, putting books back on the shelves, games back on the shelves. Everyone begins to work their way up the stairs to the dormitories. So everyone works their way back up to their rooms, and everyone goes to bed for the night. You all are going to roll me. Let me see.
A lovely bunch of dice.
Yes. I want you guys to roll me a memory. Roll memory for me. Oh, 6. 6. A 5. So far we've got a 6, a 6, a 6, a 6, and a 5. And then once we get Gaths, and then, like I said, once A gets back in, I'll have him roll all his stuff. But
Do you realize we all surged on that?
And Gath, okay, with a 2. All right, cool.
That's how he did. You did
He did cultural. Yeah, you want to do memory. Sorry, Gath. So yeah, you want to Wormslayer, you want to roll a memory and not a cultural. All right. While we're waiting on him to roll that. So as you're each sort of drifting off to sleep, Kara, Kalana, and Katarina, you guys, and like I said, until I see what Gath rolls, you guys, as you sleep, perfect. There's A now. Roll me a memory check. And then also let us know what you did for a whole hour. I can roll it for him if he needs to be rolled.
Hey, your audio isn't coming through.
I muted my table mic in case I came back in and audio was all jacked up. I didn't want to like start blasting on people. Thank you for letting me know though, because I would have forgotten as I did. And I was gonna say, just to fill me in, because even Twitch was down for me. Last thing I heard was you saying I was able to find books on science.
Yeah, you were able to find books on science.
Okay, just want to make sure there.
That's okay. And basically, it's what you guys did in a whole hour.
Yeah, so depending how many books A found, I've probably just been reading, especially if it's on stuff that he didn't know about yet.
That's cool.
And you said memory, right?
Yeah, do a memory roll for me.
3.
Cool. Okay. I guess I can always roll for. Let me see.
Wow.
Cool. I'll
Sweet.
give him.
I'm back.
Okay, cool. All right. So, all right, everybody, as you all slumber in, you all have really good dreams. You have one really good dream through the night. So, those of you who rolled high, what is that dream? What do you dream?
I'm flying.
Okay. Like just randomly flying or
Flying through clouds and without worrying about being seen or just total freedom.
okay. All right, cool. What about Alana?
Alana is dreaming about the sky. Like that color has stuck with her.
Okay. I love that. All right. Carrick, what are you dreaming about?
I think Carrick's daydreaming, kind of just thinking about being back home and jumping through all the boats. As he falls asleep, that kind of melds into where he's at now and hopping across rooftops and running through the streets and just enjoying himself through the freedom of just being able to see the sights. And he eventually makes his way up to the roof of one of the towers nearby and is essentially looking out at it looks out on the city in all that it is.
Okay. Nice. All right. A, what are you dreaming about? And these are pleasant dreams. These are not. I mean, even though you rolled a 3, it's like you're still having a really good dream. It may not be as exciting as everybody else's, but it's still a good dream.
Yeah. I'll say, 1, you had to call me when I have food in my mouth.
I used to be a server. That's what I do.
Yeah, fair. Now, A, I think what A is probably going to be dreaming about is more like going to be the last experiment he was working on, like right before he got caught.
Okay. Wow. What is that? Is that a guilty conscience? What is that?
Nah, because he's just thinking about the events led up to that, and just considering he wasn't the only one working on that experiment, he doesn't know what happened to the other party involved.
I know.
That worries me because I didn't put that in my backstory. What happened to them?
I know you didn't.
Now you got me worried.
Yeah, she should be.
I have learned the hard way. What you don't put in the backstory, the DM thinks
Oh,
for
I know.
himself.
I know. Oh, I know.
It
Don't
will
worry.
be.
There, when it came to Roman and Orlea Phase 2, there's somebody put in the backstory, and Will just took it and ran.
Yep.
I mean,
And it was
for example,
beautiful.
Unlicensed Magic, I didn't put trauma in Akasi's backstory. They put it in there.
Oh, I put trauma in Romans. It's that Will took that trauma and tripled it.
That's true.
But it was really good. It was really good, though.
Yeah, it was. So, all right. So you guys have a wonderful night's sleep. You wake up. You're well rested. You're not. You thought you might be more sore than you are. You're actually not, and you're. At this point, you guys are feeling really good, like physically really good, mentally really good. You had a great night's sleep. It really sort of cleansed your minds and allowed you to sort of relax and just sort of wake up the next day and just be in good spirits, in really, really good spirits. As the morning comes, you'll hear knocks at your doors. Just sort of light tapping.
All right. Real quick, Will, would you say it's been 24 hours since my last change?
Oh, yeah, it's been 24 hours since your last change.
All right. So
you want me to roll for that?
Well, it doesn't have to be random every time.
But I like it to be random every time.
Oh, no. Well, here, I'll DM you something in a second.
Okay.
If you want to be random this time, that's fine, though.
But
I'm going to DM you something.
It's totally up to you.
Hold on.
I like random, but
Here, I'll choose for this time. I'm going to send you the message in DMs real quick.
Okay, that's cool.
Because you'll just see where I'm going with it. So cool. Got that chosen. I need to go back and change my survival back to a 1. Right.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say A would wake up and not necessarily roll out and fall on his ass like he did the day before. And when he looks in the mirror, he's gonna see he still has long ears, and he's like, you know what? I said night on the town. As his ears begin to shift back to a more just human appearance, like in terms of shape, his eyes are going to turn red. As he's going to take the red iris trait today. So he has thermal vision.
Very cool. All right. Very neat.
Fun.
So you all hear knocks at your door.
Yes.
Do you open the door?
Yes.
Okay. When you open your door,
and she's already up and dressed, and
that's fair. When you open the door, you'll find a tray sitting out in front of your door with what looks like a mug of something and what looks like basically it looks like a bagel. It's not a bagel, but it looks like a bagel with some sort of spread on it.
Oh, thank you. Looking down the hall.
And there's like nobody there. You don't see anybody there. You do notice, though, that everybody has a tray in front of their door. So
I will take my tray into my room.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Little taps on the doors. Do you all open your doors? Okay.
Oh, we lost Kel again.
Yeah. It's all right. He'll be back. He'll be back.
He's having technical issues like I did in session 1.
Yep. That's all right. Okay, so if everybody opens their door, they will all find a similar tray sitting outside their door with what looks like a mug of something dark in it with what could be a bagel with some sort of spread.
And A's just so happened to be a bagel that is made with tannic root.
Perhaps.
Tannic
root flour.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh lordy. Carrick is gonna go ahead and bring his into his room, and it's kind of more or less he's excited about this because he could tell it's food, but at the same time it's like looking at it, trying to take a smell at it, and in his mind kind of trying to be like, is this similar to something he's had at home or things like that.
Okay. What about the rest of you? What do y'all do? with these trays that you have out in front.
Grab
Oh.
it, bring it back into my room, consume, put back.
Okay.
Yeah, Elena's going to eat it. Like,
Okay.
yeah, she's nouveau riche, so she's nouveau riche, so she'll be a little classy about it. But she also knows not to turn down free food.
Fair.
You know, she'll eat politely, but she'll still eat it.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. Elena, or not Elena, sorry, Katrina or Katerina.
Oh, yeah, she already took
One
it
of those
to her
names.
Okay,
room,
so I
she-
didn't know if are you eating it and everything? Are y'all all
Yes.
consuming? Okay, cool. So Carrick, when you're like sort of inspecting it, smelling it, sort of like, is this something I recognize? It's not something that you recognize necessarily, but it does. When you take a smell of the bagel like thing, it does kind of make you feel like it makes you feel less homesick. Kind of makes you feel like you're right where you need to be at this particular time in the universe. You know, it's that it smells like home. You know, it's like when you smell it, you immediately your memories, those core memories start to fire. You know, and you can see, back home and the family and everything, and that sort of thing. So it really is a sort of like wow. And if you eat it, it is a sweet and savory type. The bagel or the bread or whatever is more savory, and the spread is more sweet. So it has that sort of sweet and savory combination. Do you drink the mug?
Oh yes, and also as he starts to get this feeling, he goes from just sitting on the edge of the bed to like bringing his feet up, like cross leg, kind of a lot happier. You see a smile on his face as he begins to eat and take a drink.
Okay. All right. How about the rest of you? So when you guys smell, or you sort of before you eat it, it makes you feel very like you're supposed to be right where you are. Like it really kind of takes that homesickness away, if you had any at all. That sort of like it almost is like it's bringing home to you. And again, it is a savory and a sweet sort of. The bread is very savory, and the spread is kind of sweet. So they complement one another. And but the beverage is the most curious of all. It is warm and thick, not thick as in gloopy, but sort of like thicker than water, thicker than milk. It's really kind of thick. And it's a taste that you probably have never tasted before. Because this type of product only grows in this part of the world. But you have had your first cup of hot chocolate.
Oh my.
Now I'm going to start bouncing off the walls.
And it is super, it's not very rich. It's more like a dark chocolate than a milk chocolate. But it's not as super sweet. It's more bitter but it's still, it has this sort of cream mixed in with it that kind of gives it that kind of cuts that bitterness and makes it the perfect complement to your bagel piece thing. And when you finish eating and drinking this, you feel extremely full.
What in the lemon
Like
spread?
take a nap full, you know.
All right,
I'm
who did this
actually
one for me?
wondering if Carrick does end up like after enjoying it, just flops backwards onto the bed, and if he ends up falling back asleep from just the joy.
Oh, that's possible. Sure. I mean, you play back. I mean, y'all have plenty of time to get where you need to be. So, yeah, it's sort of it makes you feel really good, and you just when you lay back, it sort of automatically just sort of like close your eyes and kind of kind of drift into a state of sleep, but not deep sleep, but that sort of relaxing state. You find a tray outside your door. On the tray is a mug of some liquid and what looks like what we would like a bagel with a spread on it. You're muted.
I muted my mic again. I was like, my internet was down. Twitch was still running for some reason. So hopefully y'all didn't use Tannis flour for this. Crazy gamer lady, because I heard that.
I have no shame in that.
Nah, you good.
Tannis
So I'm
flour.
just gonna kind of look, because I'm trying to remember. A's room is at the end of the hall, right? So there's only one way
You're
down.
at the end of the hall, and
Okay.
Carrick is right across from you.
Yeah, so I'm
Just
gonna
saying,
look down the hall, kind of see if I see the same thing from other people's doors, who's grabbed it yet.
Yeah, if you look out, you'll see that there's a tray in front of everybody's door, and people have been taking it into their rooms.
I want to do the same, set on the table, have it there, and just go ahead and just drink and eat it.
Okay, cool. When you eat the bagel-like item, it makes you feel it makes you feel less homesick. It actually makes you feel like you're right where you're supposed to be at the moment. It makes you feel very, very good, and not like it made me high, but more like you feel very like this is I belong here type of thing. And if you drink the liquid, do you drink the liquid too?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's essential. It is basically it's hot chocolate, which none of you have ever had because it only grows here in Fossa, in the Kingdom of Fossa. But it is sort of a dark chocolate with a little bit of a cream mixed in to just cut that bitterness just a little bit. But it is so delicious. So delicious. And you're sort of just, now you're just sort of chill.
Little did I know that somebody slipped Tenecrit into the hot chocolate.
So, especially considering again where A's been the whole great, I'm kind of stuck here, didn't have a choice, but it feels weird for him to not have that feeling. I mean, just after 2 days, but it's he relaxes a little bit just because again the sensation that is coming from the drink and food.
Okay. And like I said, you guys have a little bit of time before you have to be downstairs. So this is just sort of a treat that the school is giving you all. Just to sort of help you with the homesickness and just to help you kind of settle in. So the bread itself is very savory, and I think I told everyone except you. And the spread is a sort of sweet, so it's that savory sweetness connection. And like I said, the bread is very bagel-like. It's sort of dense, but yet soft. The spread is not quite like a jam or a jelly, but it's more of a creamy jam, so to speak. It's not, it's not like a spread, like a cream cheese. But it is sort of like a jelly that has more cream in it, so it's more white or not white, but a much more pastel color than a really deep color. And it's sort of a pastel purple color.
It's a sensu bagel.
Because it's a Delaberry is what it is a Delaberry. And DELA berry. So yeah, the bread is is, like I said, it's dense but yet soft. Yeah, like crepe filling, kind of. And it's very and it almost like it melts in your mouth when you eat it. And this is fella bread, fella, F-E-L-A, fella bread. It's a pretty common bread type here in Fossa, in the city of Fossa. Breakfast, and it could be breakfast, lunch, or dinner bread, just depending. So they gave you guys a little treat. So now it's time to go downstairs and see Professor Carnus.
Okay.
So as you all make your way downstairs, you can hear him already. Just welcoming everybody to the morning. Another beautiful day. Oh, it's so wonderful. We're going to have so much fun together today. It's just me and all of you, and it's going to be fantastic. This man is like the ultimate morning person. And he is so like just happy. Like he's had 17 cups of coffee and he is just like going to town. He's like, "Good morning, everyone. It's so wonderful to see you all. We have such a great day planned. Are you excited? Because I am excited. I am always excited, and it's going to be wonderful."
Yeah, seeing Professor Carnus there, A's just like, great.
You and I are going to be best friends there, A. I can already tell. As he kind of like scooches over towards you.
I'm gonna like scooch away and try to make sure there's a good number of bodies between me and him.
I am getting way away from A right now.
That's probably a good idea. Probably a very good idea.
I'm not gonna throw you at him again unless he tries to hug me.
Professor Carnus will be like, "I won't hug you, I swear." Well, I can't say that. I might hug you later. Free hugs for everyone. And he just like, people just start hugging him. He's just like, it's hard not to like the guy. You know, it's like sort of stranger danger.
Yeah, see, when he says free hugs for everyone, I'm gonna say like, Kara can have my hug.
It's not like he's saying free candy in the back of my van. He's literally like, free hugs.
There's always that one teacher that just tries a little too hard to be your friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I would say, yeah, but like when Professor Carnus does the whole free hug story, I was gonna be like, Kara can have my hug.
Okay. Again, he kind of looked at you. It's like, yeah, you are a strange one.
Like, it's so funny because it's just like A is just like totally like screwing with Carrick. It's just like,
and then Carrick is like, whatever.
Well, again, out of character,
Well,
if Carrick was closer to me earlier, I would have yeeted him in front of the professor.
that's fair. That's fair. So Professor Karras is like, he's like walking around. It's like, well then, I guess Carrick, you and I'll be best friends. And he like goes to give you a hug. He like holds his arm. He doesn't actually hug you, but he's like, give me hugs.
Oh God, it's like that creepy grandma.
I've got a piece of candy for you. No, just kidding.
Oh my God.
How? So
Boy,
here's a
if Madame
question.
Regina had gone a different way.
I know, right? Exactly. So Carrick, how tall are you?
Carrick is about like 6'1", but pretty lanky.
Oh yeah, this Professor Carrick is like way shorter than you. Like way shorter than you. Like if he hugged you, he'd hug you around your waist, and his head would like be like at the top of like right below your like pectoral area. I mean, he's very just like whoop. It's just like a belt, you know. It just like wraps around your waist.
You mean like the GIF I just put?
Oh God, I can only imagine.
Oh no, I only clicked it because of what you just
terrified.
described. I was scrolling
Yes.
through to find a good one, and that just happened to show up right
Yeah.
when you said,
Yeah,
like,
that's
a belt.
exactly.
Aw.
Yeah, that works. Aw.
I-
Aw.
Yeah, I would probably like just because he's used to it with folks. He'll probably kneel. He'll probably like scooch down a little bit to give a hug.
Okay, so you hug him.
Yeah, I'm gonna hug him back. Yeah.
Oh yay! So he like hugs onto you. He's like, it's like a tight hug too. It's like, oh dear God, like it could break your back. It is so powerful. It's just like, you know. And just so chat
so kinda like
knows,
that gift
it's
with Armstrong.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And
That's
just
why I
so
said
chat
Armstrong earlier.
knows, and just so chat knows, it's ribbon candy. It's always ribbon candy.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
ribbon
No,
candy. I
it's
always
always
loved
the
that.
strawberry candy. The
Oh,
one
see,
that
that's-
has
well,
the
that's
wrapper
fair.
like strawberries.
Yeah, it looks like a
Yes.
strawberry. That's
The
fair.
strawberry
Yeah.
ones are so
I'll give that
good,
one, too.
though.
So he gives you hugs. He's just like, oh my gosh, you hugged me. This is wonderful. He's like, yay. 6 points to Carrick. Well done. Well done. That's how you socialize, everybody.
I kind of look back to A and kind of go like, it's just a hug.
It's not just a hug.
I don't say it out loud. I turn my head and kind of just mouth it to him.
Okay, fair enough.
It's one of those looks.
Yeah. I'm like, really, dude?
So
Okay, that's what
he rewards you with 6 points. So 6 ranking points. Make sure you add that into your little ranks there.
So, yep.
And so at that point, he's like,
Does
right,
the
let's
professor
go.
try to hug everybody?
No, he doesn't go after everybody. Don't worry, there's plenty of opportunities later as the day goes on.
Okay, I was just asking because for some reason I had a minor issue on my end.
Oh, you're fine. No. He was just like he was basically picking out specific ones.
Yeah, like he said free hugs for all, so that some people could have gone out to him. He was going to give me one. I'm like, nah, Kara can have mine.
And then Carrick hugged him, and then he's like, well, looky there. Now you get 6 points. So as everyone gathers in the common room, Professor Cairns is like, right, everyone, let's go. We have a big day ahead of us. And out he just starts, he's like literally like skipping out the door. He's like this really short little pudgy man. He's just like the big rosy cheeks, you know, and he's just with a handlebar mustache. Out he goes. He's just hip hopping, skipping his way out the door, singing a little tune. La 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 la. We're gonna be such friends. Socialization is important. I love my little NPCs.
Well, your NPCs are awesome,
They are wonderful.
especially with the voices you give them.
He actually sounds a lot like Dee Dee from Dexter's Lab.
Oh God, that's
Uncle Albert from Mary Poppins. That's funny. Goose.
Yes,
That's funny.
that is exactly who I was thinking of.
Oh,
Yes, Uncle Albert. That's actually where I got the inspiration from.
Wonderful.
the DD from Dexter's Lab just made me feel old.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, don't get me started on stuff that makes me feel old. I've been feeling remarkably nostalgic.
Oh,
There was a TikTok asking this guy asking like 30-year-old and plus why they play Nintendo Switch. And I'm like,
oh God.
Nostalgia, son.
because of SNES Online. I used to play those, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I used to play Super Nintendo. Shit.
Oh, wow.
I can beat that. I remember Pong.
Yes, I love Pong, believe it or not.
That was
Yeah,
the original
Gen
video
X
game.
started
Yeah.
off with Atari, while all of you whippersnappers
Yeah.
started with like the Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I was like Activision. All right,
Yeah,
so
I might have an
go ahead.
emotional attachment to Nintendo, you know.
That's fair. So Professor Carnus, back to our story. So Professor Carnus takes everybody out of the dorms and into the sort of quad, which is this sort of strip between the buildings there on the campus. And he's just skipping and jumping. And then he gets everybody, come here, everyone, come around me. There we are. There, make sure you can all see me. And he's like really short. So a lot of y'all are kind of like, I can't see him. And he goes, right, now we learn how to socialize. Let me see. Do I have any volunteers?
I
A's
pushed
just gonna
A
go-
forward.
Okay, so Gath, you're coming. Oh, you pushed A forward.
Yep.
Okay,
Oh.
let's do a roll on that, guys.
Oh yeah, no, A's gonna definitely try and fight that.
Let's do a challenge, or actually, let's do a challenge. Let's do. Actually, I want Gath. I want you to roll strength, and I want you to roll dexterity.
All right.
It is so funny.
Ooh, I rolled a 1.
Whatever is
Please
Gath
roll a
gonna
1.
do?
Please roll a 1 because I'm pretty
Please
sure I'm
roll a
getting a
1.
defender there. Please roll a 1. Please roll a 1.
So we'll see what Gath rolls on his strength. So he's just like, the professor's just sitting there going, right, who's volunteering? Who's volunteering?
Okay, I have to learn to be social. I'll step forward.
Okay. 3. Okay, so
Elena's good.
as Katerina steps forward, A is pushed forward. And he goes, and the professor goes, oh, perfect. 2 of you. This is great.
Oh no.
I'll just say, as when Gath successfully pushes me, it's gonna be like the whole because originally I was saying I'm going like this, like trying to scoot my way back, and push me. I'm gonna say I a little bit like that obvious kind of tumble.
He's like,
it was even funnier
are
because
you all
Alana
right
was about to
there?
step forward.
It does register when it.
So, A, you stumble? Do you say you stumble?
Yeah, it's stumble, but it's not like I fall, but it's like you can literally tie it in, just walk forward. I got
you didn't walk. Okay, gotcha.
Because my arms are out trying to bounce myself from falling.
Oh, so you didn't volunteer, you were voluntold. Ah. And he just starts laughing at his own joke. He's just like, no one else is probably laughing, but he just thinks it's the funniest thing he's ever said.
Oh no, he says that A's just like this.
Gath will laugh because he's actually got a point, and it was a good pun.
Okay, fair. I love that. Okay. So Professor Carnus says,
joke.
all right, A and Katerina. So here you are. You are 2 strangers who have never met each other. You are in a social setting. Can someone give me a social setting?
Oh my god, it's like improv. God bless.
A in its head, A is thinking, God, I should have chosen wings so I could have flown away.
Hey, I got to put my theater background in here somewhere.
Oh no, you're good.
He says,
I'm loving this.
What do you think? All right, so I need a social setting. Anyone? Anyone? Elena, what about
Theatrical
you?
play.
Oh, what was it?
Theatrical play.
Okay. Elena, what is yours?
Going to a store.
Going to a store, a theatrical production. Let me see. Let's go to the store first. All right. So you guys are going to the store. You're in the store. What are you there to get? What are they there to get? I need something from the audience. What are they getting?
Tannic root.
Tannic root. Very nice. You can never have too much tannic root.
When A hears that, he's going to turn to wherever the voice came from. Now it's probably a little deep in the crowd, not up front. Just
Like,
to
tannic root.
A's going to turn and like stare daggers into the person he heard that from.
Right. So you're both going to the store to get tannic root. So what? And he's gonna go.
Hi, Gigi.
Oh, is this the new puppy? Oh, so cute. I love the new
Yes.
puppy. So he goes, right. So we have a where and we have a what. Now why? What's the why? Does anyone want to give us a why are they at the store getting tannic root?
Favorite food.
That's their favorite food. I love this. Let's go. Right. Oh, and here's the thing for me. There's only one tannic root left. Go.
A's just going to stand there.
So I'm like, oh God. How do you know if it's do you know how to tell if this is ripe?
It's like A's going to just like look over and just go like, I don't know. I guess make sure it's not too squishy. Because he's just not really. He's like, why?
Okay.
Well, it doesn't. This is like as awkward as it can be. You know, like, it's not squishy.
I guess it's okay.
You can go ahead if you really.
No, you
Need
take
it.
it. It's all yours.
Okay. You know, they're like so bad.
Right. Right. Now we need a third. Carrick, you are also there for tannic root.
Okay.
But you need it for a different reason. What's a reason that Carrick needs a tannic root?
Clothing dye.
Clothing dye. All right. So you need the last tannic root to dye something. What does he need to dye, Elena?
Oh, with only one tannic root, he would be dyeing a shirt.
Right. So now you must go and try to get the last tannic root to dye your shirt. And go.
So, are you all looking for tannic root as well?
Not
Well-
anymore. She took it, and I just turned.
I offered it to you. There's just the one left.
Oh,
It's not squishy. You know?
that must mean it's good. What are you getting it for?
Just a craving.
Interesting. Well, if maybe Do you know if they have any more? Have you asked anybody?
I have not.
Okay.
Right. So now we need another. Elena, you are the clerk. Go.
This is where I get my customer service voice out. Hi, how are you doing today?
Doing great. We were just wondering if you had any more tannic root besides just this one.
Oh, well, I'll be sure to go check on the back and see if the other grocers have any more, okay? I'll be right back with that.
Thank you.
Okay.
I hate my customer service voice. Just FYI.
What?
It's a good thing I love y'all.
Most people hate the customer service voice because it's just how they mask in public.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
I actually have heard one that says, your customer service voice is baby talk for boomers.
Funny.
I mean,
That's
it's not
funny.
wrong.
So
Okay.
why do you want the tannic root? She's trying. She is trying so hard. Like too hard.
I'm not
Big smile and everything.
and I think Carrot kind of notices that because he's used to like socializing. He's an extrovert. He loves socializing with people, and so he kind of sees that, and he's trying to be as comforting in how he's doing it and kind, and almost trying to get you to forget that you're being pushed, and that this is sort of almost an actual situation to try to ease things a little bit. And he kind of goes, I was going to use the dye to help me dye a t-shirt for myself, just trying out a new style.
While this is going on, Gal's face starts turning red, trying to stifle a laugh.
I like your style.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Right. Now we need another. Gas, you are a tannic root supplier, and you are very low on tannic root. And go.
Good Lord.
So Gas goes, oh shit.
Is this the consequences of my actions?
Yep. He goes, well, I'm sorry to say enough, but I only have like 2 left. Apparently, the school decided to buy a lot of extras from us this month.
Well, all I need is one, so you can easily have another.
Oh, I just need the one. I don't want to be greedy.
Where did that random guy go?
With tannic root, a little bit goes a long way.
Oh, I know.
I don't want to be eating tannic root for a week.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, well, then we each can have one, and then there'll be one spare for somebody else.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you, kind shop person.
I love
You're
that.
very welcome.
I love that the clerk just left and didn't come back.
Hey, the clerk went to find the grocer and then went back to her shit.
I love that. I love it so much.
Which, by the way, is exactly what I do in the morning.
So you put a little bit of your real life into that one.
You
So,
can throw yours in, I can throw mine in.
That's fair. So Professor Carnus is like, "Well done, everyone. Well done." And he'll say, "Carrick and Katerina, you each get 3 points for that. Gath, you will get 2. Elena, you will get 2. Hey, well, you're almost there. I'll give you 1 point for your participation, but I expect to see more from you."
I love how at this point it looks like A is literally going to be like the bottom ranking, not because he doesn't have the ability, but because he's literally just like, I'm just here.
Carrick is just shooting up the ranks from last.
I know. So Professor Carnus is like, "Well done, everyone. Well done." And your whole day is full of these exercises all over campus. Eventually, he gets you involved with other people that you have never met. Those were probably a little more awkward than the ones with people you actually knew. But for the most part, everyone did pretty well through the day. So he takes everyone back to the dormitory, and he's like, "All right, everyone, well done today. Well done. So now you have about 2 hours to get dressed and meet me back down here for our night on the town. You'll find your going out clothes in your rooms. Can't wait to see you all." And he just sort of like flits out. Just like, it's like,
So he's kept up that facade all day long.
oh yeah,
That would be
Yeah.
exhausting.
that's who he is. I mean, that's who he is. He's just like,
That is not a facade.
When Carnus walks out
That's
the
his
door,
personality.
and when Carnus walks out the door, A's going to be listening like, "Oh, finally."
Don't you know when they were assigning you like positions at the school for like instructors? It's like we need someone for social activities.
Oh no. Carnus applied for like the history
yeah, I know.
position, but they saw his personality and they were like, I think
Socialization.
we should start let's just make that because he's
Let's
too
just
qualified
create it.
not to hire. But holy crap!
Oh my goodness. So as you guys are back at the dormitory, Professor Mercutio is
So
sitting
he's Snape.
there. Yeah. Is sitting there reading a book as you guys come in. He closes it very delicately and he sits there and he looks at you all and he says, "I trust that you had a pleasant day with Professor Carnus." And you can totally tell that he is so like better you than him.
Bastard.
I know. A's actually going to say this like, I'd rather be in a classroom with you than him right now.
He's not
He's
so
actually
bad if
said
you actually
Mercutio.
put some effort into
and-
I
participating.
can't tell who you insulted more.
I know. Professor Mercutio is like, "Well, at least you know the word classroom." Right. I'm assuming it is time for you all to get ready to go out for the evening.
That was a good clapback.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Katerina?
Do you know what we can expect?
Oh, yes. I know exactly what you can expect. Right. Have a good evening, everyone. And he literally just leaves.
Saw that coming.
He just
Milo
floats out the
went.
door. He's literally like, "I'm done. See you later."
Dang it! Before I clap back at him too.
Yeah. mhm.
Make sure you got the last word.
All right. So you've got 2 hours to get ready. What do you guys do? And you guys have been literally outside all day long. You guys didn't eat lunch because what you had for breakfast literally filled you up. So you haven't been hungry at all. So you didn't break for lunch. You were not hungry for dinner. So you literally have 2 hours to get ready.
Out of curiosity, besides books, what else is in the common area?
There's like games and places that people can just sit and talk, and it's like a basic sort of chill zone. So you can find all manner of things here. You can find musical instruments. Yeah.
Let's go for an instrument. I want to see how this goes. I didn't put his backstory, but we're gonna see how well he can do here.
Okay.
What kind of? So when I go to the instruments, which ones do I see?
You will see. There's a lot of like basics. There's like a guitar, something that looks like a guitar. Something that looks sort of like a mandolin. There's a flute. I mean, basically just about anything. Violin.
Okay.
Ukulele, you name it, it's there.
Well, so he's going to pick up the violin, and he's going to see how much he remembers on how to actually play. It's been years.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's going to be memory, or
it is going to be. Well, I'm either going to be memory or cultural.
I mean, both are going to be level 1 for me. So
let's go more. Well, if you're going to try to do it by memory, then do memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Larry is going like.
Okay.
He hasn't touched it because. How old did I say he was? I can't remember now. I think I said he was like what? Because what's the age range of most people in the academy?
Wait, what was that question? Sorry.
Well, what's the age range of most people in the academy?
Oh, well, I mean, it varies. There's no true age range. I mean, you have like really, really young and more older people here.
On average for my cohort, what's the average range?
Gosh, it's pretty.
Or is it still spread?
It would be like the equivalent of like 18, 19, 20-year-olds.
Okay, so we'll say he's 19. So he probably had to play in like 10 years.
Okay,
that's a 2.
Okay, so when you pick it up, at first it's a little squeaky, a little shrill. But as you sort of play with it and you sort of like the muscle memory starts to kick in, and you're able to play.
All right.
And like eventually, once you get warmed up, you start to play. And what do you play?
Because again, I'm going for all the Irish scenes on my characters lately. We're going to play some just reminiscent of like an Irish jig, or just even like more classical type music that you hear on a violin as well. That still has the Irish themes to it. Like,
well, you're playing something a little more upbeat or something a little more somber. I mean,
I think it would probably vary. Like he would go back and forth between different songs.
Okay.
Yeah, like maybe play upbeat at one moment, then go to a more somber one, then go to a more just relaxing, and it, just kind of goes through whatever just pops in his head that he remembers to play.
Okay, so A begins to play. Everyone is suddenly, you're all still in the common room at this point when he starts playing. What do you guys do?
I'm kind of entranced. I don't get to hear a lot of music other than unless you're at the king's, at his court. And that's just weird.
Elena just listens.
Okay.
It's good background music.
Abe actually knows how to do something sociable.
I think everyone's taking a shot at A today now.
I haven't.
That's true. Elena hasn't.
I said I thought I
could. Actually, Katarina hasn't taken a shot at you either.
I could have sworn No, actually, no. Gath has done all the shots, and Mercutio. Never mind.
Gath and Mercutio have. Okay. So, like,
How Fast Buns meets Hard Rock.
yeah. So, Carrick, what are you doing? Like when the music begins to play.
I'm probably Carrick is probably listening to the music. He's probably gonna find a bench to lie down on and just zone out while listening to it.
Okay. And Gath, what about you?
Nod in surprise and go. He can actually do things when he actually puts effort.
That was a backhanded comment, but that was a comment. That was a compliment.
I couldn't even hear the full thing. It was a little muffled for me. What did you say, Gath?
Said he nods in approval and says, "Aod can actually do things when he actually puts in some effort."
You can actually do something when you put in the effort.
Damn.
So, so you're playing, and people are gathering around, and they're just really enthralled. And then out of nowhere,
oh great,
busts through the door.
Happy-go-lucky
Professor Karnas, and he goes, "Oh, look at you and a violin! I've got here. Let me join in." And he begins to play a mouth harp.
Oh, yeah, no.
And he's just like,
it's like
a violin to a fiddle.
So, like, as soon as the doors just like got burst open there, because I was saying that like after like when he really started getting into the groove, like when you were saying that Abe was like really remembering how to play. Probably a bit like where he was so focused, he probably had his eyes closed, like trying to remember everything still. Mm-hmm. So he opened his eyes to see everyone around him, and then Karnas coming to him. He's like, "Nope."
Hello there. Oh, don't be that way. Play your violin. Don't be afraid. Why are you so afraid? Don't be afraid.
And then, well, after he put it down, like as he was already heading back up to his room, he just figured might as well go ahead and get a shower.
Professor Karnas is following you. Come on now, A. You shouldn't be so afraid of being who you are. Why are you so afraid? Be happy. Happy is a good thing to be. La la la. As he's like skipping up the stairs, following you, just telling you, you should be happy and be who you are, and don't hide who you are.
I'm not even thinking about how far behind me he is as I get to my room and just shut the door behind me. Like I don't know if he's like 5 feet behind me, right behind me, or 10 feet behind me. That door is just shut.
And he's like, he's at your door, and he's like, "Oh, A, I know you're in there. I really think we should play together. You play the violin so lovely, and I play a mean mouth harp." And he starts playing it outside your door.
I'm already like at this point, like the shower's on. Like I'm hoping the water drowns it out.
We'll say it kind of does.
Well, yeah, I know 100% because
you're just like, oh god, let me put my head under the water. Just like, eventually, the Professor Karnas is like, "All right, I'll see you later," and he sort of like goes back down to the common room. Because he doesn't want to be creepy, he doesn't want to like hang out while you're showering or anything.
No, he doesn't want to be creepy.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Lisa, god dang it! Now I got that song in my head for the musical. Yeah, I love it. Carrick breaks out the popcorn. Okay. All right. So when you guys go to get dressed and changed, when you go into your rooms, you will literally find like everyday wear. These aren't uniforms. This is like clothing, like going out clothes.
Oh my!
Yeah, this is like social. This is like no, I'm not talking like you're not going to a fancy restaurant. This is like going to a club. This is like club gear.
I have like
Club gear is
oh,
the 1880s
you
can
know,
get.
I've gone from uniforms to
Corsets and
uniforms
garters.
to
I'm just
what
kidding.
am I supposed to do with this?
Corsets and bustles
Can
and all things.
sort of a can outfit.
Where you have to do the can dance with it.
Oh no!
So yeah, it's really nice. Most of you probably have never seen clothing in this particular style because this is very Fossian style. It's very Asian influenced, but it's super comfortable when you put it on, and it breathes really well. It's almost like living fabric. Like it literally keeps you cool when you need to be and warm when you need to be. It sort of works with you.
I'm just picturing Elena.
Yep. She's going nuts.
Going?
So you guys get dressed and you are coming downstairs. It's time for you to come downstairs and meet to head out. So when you all come downstairs, you'll see Professor Carnus is there, and so is Professor Sophins. She is also there, and she will be going with you all.
I have actually taken my hair down.
Ooh, very nice. Relaxed a little bit. Well, we're talking about that. So when you guys were changing, what do we look like now? What is everyone looking like? Like, how is your posture? How is your whole physical being?
So Elena decided to go with because she now knows all the styles. She has to know all the styles. She has her hair up in very up there style, and she's got the mother saying, "Keep your back straight and your shoulders straight." So as she goes out, she's got the full, "I got money and I know I have it."
I love that.
But she also looks kind of nervous because she also doesn't get out much. So she's like, "Am I doing this right? Am I doing this okay? Is this right? Is this how I'm supposed to do it?"
Okay, I love that. The escort against rogue mouth harpists.
Get comes out all just like he's ready to go to a business meeting. It's like he's done this before, but is at the same time anticipating the wrong kind of social interaction.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, misread those cues.
Katrina's like, just if she could melt into the wallpaper, she would.
It's
like, do not make eye contact.
I don't know
with
what
anybody.
this thing called fun is. But I'm
real quick,
starting to learn it.
What were the real quick to make sure I heard right? What were the outfits that are laid out for us again? And I know you said
it's literally it's just sort of like club gear. It's like like not necessarily like everyday wear.
Okay.
It's not formal clothing. It's like loose and comfortable and probably a little flashier than normal everyday wear.
Okay. I would say once A has his on, his posture is definitely gonna be a lot more on the relaxed side. At least till Carnus comes back in the room. But no, he's definitely feeling a little looser though.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
Yeah, Cadix look, while looking neat, definitely looks a lot more casual than having a uniform on. The clothes are also, I wouldn't say, it's a kind of style it's not ill-fitting or too baggy or too big, but it is loose and allows him to obviously move around a lot without feeling constricted.
Okay. So everyone sort of makes their way downstairs. And you'll see Professor Carnus and Professor Sophin's there. And they're waiting for everyone to join them. And once everybody gets there, Professor Sophin's begins to speak. She's like, tonight's affair is an exercise in both self-control and the ability to let loose. You must work as a family, basically. And she basically is telling you that this is an exercise in socializing. It's important that you socialize with others, but as a group. You remember, you must always protect one another. You must always be on the outlook for each other. That's very important. So, and you must understand that even in social settings can be dangerous as well as fun. So always be aware of these things. Now, when you go out tonight is a social experiment. It is for you to go and basically have fun. And Professor Carnus here will be obviously your escort to the event. You will take the train into the city, and he will tell you where you are all going. And then Professor Carnus is like, thank you, Professor Sophins. So tonight, guys, it's going to be so great. Are we all excited? I'm excited. And the way he is dressed in bright colors. Like, we're talking like 1980s neon colors.
Oh,
These sort of very like day glow colors almost. And he is literally like, think of it like a really like almost like a graphic tee with board shorts and like
He looks like he got in a fight with a highlighter, didn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like Chuck Taylor's, type of look.
God.
And he is just like ready to go. He has
No.
I'm just kidding. He does not have a pacifier hanging around his neck.
I don't need that image.
But that's fantastic. I do love that. We're going to a rave, everybody. So he says, follow me, everybody. Let's go to the train. And so he goes out and he takes everybody to the train. You all get on the train and head into the city. As you're going from the college, and this is the first time you've been outside the college since you got there. And as you go into going into the city in the nighttime for the first time. The city is lit. I mean, it's lit like a Christmas tree. There's colors and just light and sounds everywhere. It's super overwhelming, but super cool. Eventually, the train will get to the central depot, and then Professor Carnus will be like, right, everybody, follow me. And out he goes, and he's like, just like, I mean, he's like moving quick. Like he is on speed. Because he might very well be. So out we go. And he'll take you guys into sort of like the nightclub district of the city. And he'll stop in front of a particular establishment that's called the Clockwork Cacophony. And the outside of this is it's very like clocks and cogs that are kind of turning into each other, and there's steam, coming out at certain times. It's like, and it almost sounds like rave music. It's very, that, and there's like, it's loud. It's loud. And he's like, right, everybody, follow me. And in he goes. That's like, and he shows them the wristband that you all have. Remember, you have your wristbands. You show them your wristbands. That gets you into the club. And in you go. And when you walk through the sort of the cogs kind of roll up, opening the door opening, and then this smoke just pours out. And as you walked into the smoke, you can see lights flashing in the dense sort of haze. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
God damn it.
Yes. So welcome to your first club experience in Fossa. So
gonna do some dancing.
it's gonna be it's gonna be off the hook.
Why do I have a feeling we're gonna have to save Carrick if he starts dancing?
Maybe.
Save.
Don't
We
worry.
also need to save
Professor
Aiden if he starts
Crinus will keep an eye on you.
The only
Yes,
person
Goose,
I
it is
can,
exactly
save
correct.
would be,
Oh,
Ao, because you'll be just causing trouble.
Professor
I
Carnus
don't
is indeed, it is always a chance to score for Professor Carnus. Always a chance to score.
God damn it, Goose.
That paints his interactions with Aid in a whole new light.
Yep.
Oh.
All right. So
I
if
thought
you,
Nicole said it.
I love it. If you, y'all got me all over the place. So for those of you who are still with us, if you haven't entered in to win the awesome dice set that we're giving away, the victory dice, the Ice Wild series game dice, the sort of LED dice that have a charging station. They charge and they're pretty cool. If you haven't done that, you can just drop the word victory into chat and we will take your names down, and probably in about a month of gaming, we'll do a live stream random choice for someone to win. And we'll see who will get the cool dice. I have a set of dice, not these particular ones, but my hubby got me a set that are really very simple. They're not as I think these are more pastel colored. The ones that I got are like the vibrant, like reds and blues and greens. But these are pretty cool. If you haven't like seen them, go check them out. These were donated by our very own Lisa up here, who plays Katarina. We'll be giving a set away here at Windriders, and we'll be giving another set away over at Origins. So next Monday, you can come see us on Monday for Origins, and you can enter again if you want. So we'll put you down. We're only letting you enter twice. Once for Windriders, once for Origins. But I will be keeping all the names so that I can put them in the randomizer and we'll pick a winner. So these are really, really cool. Like really, really cool. If you have never seen them before, go check them out. They're pretty amazing. So, all right. So let's go around real quick and let everybody again say who they are, who they played, where you can find them. And let's see, what's something your character is dreading the next session. What is that thing? And spoiler aside, I'll drop all that right at the end. So let's go. Let's start with with Kel.
Sounds good, especially with my internet right now. Yeah, but again, I'm Kel, also known as Celtic Wyvern King. You can find me every Monday here on the Halfling Wizard channel for either Windriders of Aria or Orlea Origins. Because for Windriders, I play our Jin Troublemaker. And then in Windriders, or not Windriders, I just said it, in Orlea Origins, you gotta love playing 2 games on the same day.
Yeah, I know. Imagine
But
DMing them.
I play Kieran, the ASMR Bard, who's also a little chaotic.
And also, and more often than not, is finding himself without pants on.
Yeah. Not of his conscious volition.
He keeps waking up naked. I don't know.
But
he's embracing his inner autistic.
But you can also find me on Fridays, either on alternate Fridays, including this one on my own channel, where I normally stream a Stargate 5e game. This Friday, I'm actually going to be running a one-shot using the Surge system, just because we will be down a player. Just because IRL always comes first, and especially when you got other stuff to do. On the opposite Friday, so next Friday, you can find me on the Dinner and a Game as we play The Walking Dead Jazz Funeral. It is a Walking Dead TTRPG set 6 months after the outbreak down in New Orleans, which was the worst place to be in The Walking Dead, if you know the lore. And then if you want to play catch up on my Stargate game, all the episodes are on my YouTube, which are available on my Linktree as well.
Okay. Let's go, Lisa.
Hello, I'm Lisa, D&D Winterwolf on TikTok and Discord. I am delighted to get to play Katarina Zephyrian here. On the opposite Mondays, I am also in the Orlea Origins game, where I'm not chaotic yet. And then I also am in Kellen's Stargate game, which a lot of fun. Thank you all. Thank you, chat, for hanging out with us. We love our chat. And the one thing that Katarina is dreading is, oh God, please don't make me dance. I can't.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh, you will be dancing.
Yeah. Real quick, I actually forgot to answer the question.
Yeah, you did. Go ahead.
Claire, thank you for that. I completely forgot. That's what I hate about my whole bit. I forget the question because there's so much to say. A is probably going to... I think what A is dreading is just Karnas trying to get him to open up more.
That's fair. That's fair. Because he's going to.
I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah,
because
he's going to. He's going to be like, I'm going to get that boy. All right. Let's go, Crazy Gamer Lady.
Hey guys, I'm the Crazy Gamer Lady. You can find me on TikTok. You can also find me every other Saturday playing Unlicensed Magic with that guy there, Halfling Wizard. He gets to play an edgelord. I get to play the party mom somehow.
Which is so funny.
I know.
His schedule allows him to play.
So funny.
And let's see. Something that Alana is dreading would be, she hopes she just doesn't embarrass herself.
That's fair. I mean, that's
literally
that's
she
fair.
Doesn't want to be embarrassed.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Let's see. Old Worm Slayer.
Hey everybody, this is Old Worm Slayer. I have been playing Geth Alfredi, the super pushy head student that's trying to push his fellow students to be better by actually participating. And he dreads the fact coming out that his way of having fun is dancing.
Okay.
Because he's not quite ready to reveal that yet.
That's fair. Okay. That's totally
Especially
fair.
when a lot of his dancing actually involves some forms of martial arts.
Okay. All right. And of course, Riku.
Hello, this is Riku. You can find me on social media at Pup Riku or Puppy Riku. You can find me on Vibe Tribe Productions, playing in Gaia Chronicles. And you can also check out the game that I am DMing, The Academy. Once we get back to it, since we're on a bit of a hiatus. We've been on a bit of a hiatus, and let's just say the Foundry update isn't being too kind to me and the game with with how it's specifically with D&D 5th edition, with how they decided to change a whole lot due to whatever partnership Foundry has with them. It messed up a lot of my modules, and I have to go in and kind of fix some stuff. So we'll see when we get back to that, but hopefully soon. But other than that, you can find me here on Windriders as Kadek. And, you know, I don't know if there's anything I'm worried about because Carrick loves to dance. He is going to be out on the dance floor, one of the first people out on the dance floor. He'd probably fail at socializing because all he'll be doing is dancing.
Love it. Love it.
He loves being free. He loves doing all that stuff. So
He's a dancing queen.
So who knows? Maybe he'll convince Gath to get out on the floor. So should be fun.
Okay. All right. And of course, I am Will, or Halfling Wizard, of course, the maestro of chaos for this awesome group. If you're not following us here on the Twitch, please do. We'd love to have you follow us and keep up with what we're doing. Like every Monday, we have a game going. Tonight was Windriders of Aria. Next Monday will be Orlea Origins. Come over and see what shenanigans those guys get into. They just went up against dragons. Well, I say went up against. They really just got stuck in a hole most of the episode. But that's neither here nor there. And I think did you lose your pants in that one? I think you did. Yes, you did. That's right. You did lose your pants again.
It was one of those Austin. It was Princess scene from Austin Powers 3.
I love how he asked that question so casually.
Well, it's because it's the third time it's happened, sadly. First time he got drunk on dragon's milk. Second time he got captured by lizard folk and was put on a spit roast.
What? No, real quick. What was the name of the goat? We gave the goat a name. What was the goat's name?
I don't remember. We got to go back to the VOD.
Okay, I'll have to go back and look because Lisa and I were trying to figure that out the other day.
Yeah, it's in the VOD because we were making a joke about the fact there's a tattoo on my ass cheek for
of
that
the goat. Yeah, of the goat
from the dragon's milk night. But the third time he went pantsless was our Goliath fell down the hole trying to pull me up, was grabbing my legs, failed to roll, and pulled my pants down. So it's essentially that scene from Austin Powers where it's like, Dr. Evil, I know you're nuts, but I know you're crazy, but I can see your nuts.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. It was so funny. All right, everybody. So that's again, you can make sure you check back with us next Monday for Orlea Origins, and then again the next after that will be Windriders again. So it's every 2 weeks.
He was enjoying a gentle breeze.
That is true. Well, it was kind of warm actually.
Yeah, and I don't know about even gentle because of all the rocks.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant.
Now, thankfully, I was able to turn.
The breeze was gentle. The rocks weren't.
Thankfully I was able to turn. So
There's a difference.
Let's say I was able to turn before I gave myself my own brisk.
Exactly. Thank goodness you were able to do that. All right, so make sure you come back and check us again. If you're not following us, give us a follow. Also, go check out the VODs on YouTube, the Halfling Wizard over on YouTube. You can check out all the previous episodes. If you didn't get a chance to watch us from the beginning, now you can. Lucky for you, we're only 4 episodes in, so it's easy to catch up. So we'll be hanging around with us. We're going to do a raid. But until next time, we hope you enjoyed yourselves. We hope to see you again. So thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us for this Vibe Tribe Halfling Wizard production. Make sure to come back again soon to see what happens next. Right here, where adventure comes to life.